This is Tammy from the North Grove, and today for the Advocacy Break, we're going to take a look at how to properly wear your mask and kind of the proper procedures in using a mask. There's a lot of resources around proper use of masks on the Nova Scotia government's website. So let's take a look at some of the different masks. This here is my reusable mask, and I keep this mask in a Ziploc bag. So once I've washed it and dried it, I will put it in a Ziploc bag and keep it in my purse so that I have my mask when I need it. You don't have to have a fancy Ziploc bag. You can just have any kind of plastic bag as long as it's clean, and you can kind of keep it tied and in a knot. Then you know that your mask is clean in here. The reusable masks, the most important thing to note is that they're made of at least 2 layers of fabric. So if you're going to make your own, you need to make sure that they're at least 2 layers of fabric. And then you can also get some disposable masks as well. So we're just gonna go through kind of step by step, wearing a mask, some of the do's and don'ts. So we're going to want to make sure that our hands are cleaned and sanitized before we even open our mask. Give our hands a squirt with the hand sanitizer. Make sure that we rub it in nicely. And hot soapy water is just as good as hand sanitizer, if not better. So we're just gonna inspect our mask. So just kind of looking at it, making sure there's no holes or no missing parts or pieces. I have both of my earpieces. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's usually a wrong and a right way. So there's a nose piece up here and it's kind of flat down here. So that's how I know this is where my nose would go. When you're using your mask, always be using the strings or the elastics and not touching the inside part of the face mask or the outside part of the face mask. So then you put it around your ears and around your chin. A couple of things to look for is you want to make sure that your nose is covered and that it comes down over your chin and that it's fairly tight. So my mask right now is probably not as tight as it should be. So what I do is I have a clip sometimes that I have to use to make sure that my mask is tight. So you want to make sure that on the sides there's kind of no gaps, and again also too with down on the bottom. And now I'm going to take it off. So again, I'm not touching anywhere on the outside of my mask. If I'm touching my mask here, like I just did, before anything, I would have to sanitize my hands again because you don't know if there's any kind of germs on your mask. So to take it off, again, just take it by the elastics, kind of pull it off, and I usually with mine will fold it up. The rule of thumb is if the inside of your mask gets moist in any way, so masks can make your face sweat. With the sweating, the inside of your mask will get moist, and once it's moist, then you actually have to get another mask. So I'm going to put it back in my bag, and now I know that I need to take it home and I have to wash it. Same ideas with the disposable mask. We'll just really quickly. So again, I touched the old mask. I'm going to hand sanitize my hands, take the mask by the 2 elastic pieces and place it over my ears and the other ear, and make sure that it's down over my chin and up around my nose. And these disposable masks actually have like a metal piece in here. So if you push on it, it kind of makes it go around your nose, and it helps for air not to come out. So for people like myself who wear glasses, glasses can fog up from wearing a mask. So this mask actually makes it so that isn't as likely to happen. But again, I'm touching the outside of my mask, so I have to hand sanitize my hands. So if you're, usually you'll find that you're using a lot of hand sanitizer or you're washing your hands a ton, but remember, any of those things, you need to make sure that you wash your hands. So I'm going to take this off again. So again, by the elastics, and take it off like this. Something to remember with these disposable masks is you wear them once. So you put it on, you take it off, and as soon as you take it off, it should technically go in the garbage. It's not something that you keep. It's not something that you reuse. These are disposable. So that disposable means throw it out once you're done using it. So make sure that you remember to do that. So a few mask don'ts. So don't reuse masks that are moist or dirty. Don't touch your mask while you're wearing it. Don't hang your mask from your neck or your ears. So a lot of people will do this with their mask. So they'll pull it down like this to have a conversation. So all of the germs from your saliva that you have put on your mask, now you've just put them all over your chin. So you want to make sure that you don't do that, that when you have to take your mask off, that you do like we said and properly take it off by the handles. Rob was very quick to point out to me that I have done that in the past, so I don't do that anymore. Make sure that your mask is tight. So again, my elastics in my mask are starting to get a little bit worn. So sometimes I have to use one of the clips just to make sure that my mask is tight to my face. Don't remove your mask when you talk to someone. It's really common to want to take away your mask when you're having a conversation, but the idea of the mask is that especially during conversation, those droplets that come out of your mouth when you're talking are being caught by your mask, so you're not spreading them to someone else. Don't wear a face shield instead of wearing a mask, because when you have a face shield, yes, it does cover your face, but it's open down at the bottom. So those germs can come out the bottom of your face mask. So it's really important that you wear a mask. And some things to remember, so masks aren't gonna by themselves prevent the spread of COVID-19. So you have to remember that you should stay home if you're not feeling well. Maintain physical distancing as much as possible. So maintain that 6 feet of space between you and somebody else. Wash and sanitize your hands as often as you can. Use proper cough and sneeze etiquette, and avoid touching your face, mouth, nose, and eyes. You don't really realize it until you're actually wearing a mask that we do touch our face a fair amount in the run of a day. So really kind of practice not doing that. And if you do, for some reason, have to scratch your eye or your nose, make sure that you wash your hands right away. A common question that people ask is kind of about washing the reusable masks. It says here on the government do's and don'ts around masks. So wash the mask with hot soapy water and let it dry completely. So masks can be washed within your laundry. So you could either wash them by hand as long as you're using hot soapy water, or if you want to put them in your laundry, you can. Something that I find really helpful, I put them in one of those dollar store kind of washing bags, and it's just a little zipper bag. You throw them in, it's got holes in it, and it cleans the masks, and it works really well. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that you can get your reusable masks. So at any local library or a local museum, if you have any questions or you're wondering about proper mask use or where you can get a mask in the community, you can always give us a call on the support line. The number is 902-483-7376, and you can leave a message and we will give you a call back, or you can always send me an email, tshields@thenorthgrove.ca, and I will be happy to kind of point you in the right direction. If you have a doubt or if you think that you might need to wear a mask, then you probably should.